Hey everybody. So I just got done watching the Oscars awards for this year. It's for the 2012 films. I'm just saying that just because I did post a video similar to this last year and I don't want to confuse people who were looking at that on YouTube and things like that. So this is for the 2013 ceremony for the 2012 films. Um, so I have a lot of things to say and I really want to jump right in because not only am I going to film this video, but I also want to film a video soon about why I'm proud of Ben Affleck and kind of why I'm really happy that his career uprise is happening over the past few years because he really deserves it for all this hard work he's put into in his career with directing and everything. But I want to jump into this video to talk about my thoughts on the Oscar ceremony for this year. So I'm going to start with the positives first. I liked that Christoph Waltz won for Best Supporting Actor. Really great performance. Really one of the more notable things for me for Django Unchained. Really happy with that win. Um, I liked that Les Miserables one for makeup and hair. That was one of the better parts of that movie for me. Even though Les Miserables was it was only an okay film for me. I did think its makeup and hair design was very good, specifically the Helena Bonham Carter character. Really wacky hair. You can definitely tell some good makeup and hair designer people were a part of that film. And Anne Hathaway losing all her hair in that one scene, that was all good. Um, I really, really like this, and my parents were out of town when the ceremony happened, but my dad would really like this part of the Oscars from what I predicted. Um, the celebration of James Bond's 50th anniversary. We had a guest singer for the ceremony where the singer of the Goldfinger theme song from back when that Bond film was made sang that very theme song at the Oscars this year. I liked the Bond tribute segment video where they kind of had all these Bond film scenes put together for one whole video celebrating Bond's 50th anniversary. Really liked that whole portion. I probably could have watched that for another hour on its own just because it was so interesting and awesome. So I liked that the Oscars threw that in there because I really liked, I'm a huge Bond fan, and it was really cool that they did that specifically also because, Skyfall was nominated for a lot of awards also. I liked Seth MacFarlane's boob song. I thought that was hilarious. Um, it was just I thought a really clever thing that he did there. I also liked the whole Captain Kirk prediction reveal segments. It definitely had a Family Guy esque vibe to it. I could definitely tell that was Seth MacFarlane writing his own work there. Really liked it a lot. I thought it was very clever, very MacFarlane-ish. Um, really liked that part a lot, specifically when he said everybody's going to like the Oscars except for Entertainment Weekly and all that kind of stuff. Um, Seth MacFarlane's, like I said, his Family Guy-esque hosting style. I liked how it definitely gave me the impression that someone from Family Guy was writing this. We have one of the Sound of Music characters show up at one point. That's kind of like a little random thing that also happens in Family Guy. So I liked how MacFarlane managed to work that kind of stuff in. I will say though, I did kind of wanted a kind of a homage to Family Guy at one point. I know that's television, but because that's his thing, that's his like most notable work. I think it would have been cool if they did something with Family Guy at least once in the Oscars, and unfortunately they didn't use anything Family Guy related, but they did use Ted quite a bit, which I'll get into in a little bit. Um, I liked that Halle Berry presented the Bond segment. I thought that was perfect. I'm a huge Die Another Day fan, so I really liked how that Bond girl specifically introduced the that segment of the ceremony. Um, so I was really proud with that. I liked how they used Jaws music for the exit cues a lot. I'll get to this other thing here in a little bit too. I liked that this Oscars was about the celebration of music and film, and I thought it was really clever that they had the Jaws theme or the Jaws music for the exit cues whenever somebody was talking for too long, whenever they wanted an award. I liked that the Avengers, at least some of them from the Avengers movie, got to present two of the awards, even for their own category, which was for best visual effects, which unfortunately it didn't win, but I'll get to that in a minute. But I thought it was cool that they actually got to present their own category for their own film. Um, I liked the whole theme of films, music, the celebration of films music as their theme for this year. I know Seth MacFarlane's very big on music. His shows are big on music. Very suiting, especially for that kind of host. Um, and I'll get to this in a little bit here too. Like I liked the whole live performances with Chicago and Dreamgirls and Les Miserables. I liked all the famous movie scores homaged and tributed throughout the ceremony. Very clever. Forrest Gump was tributed and homaged a lot. Um, E.T. was. Vertigo was. I mean, all these great, great musical scores were homaged in the ceremony. I really like that they did that. Um, Seth MacFarlane's small in between jokes during the awards. Once again, very Seth MacFarlane ish. Really liked what he did. Um, it's one of those things where if you really don't watch his stuff, you're probably not going to get why he does it the way he does it. But because I am a huge fan of his, specifically with Family Guy and Ted, really liked what he did with that. Um, the tribute segments to film musicals, I'm not a huge musical fan, but what they did with tributing film musicals throughout the past 10 years or so, and just film musicals in general, really like what they did with that. I thought that was very neat what they did, specifically for a genre that I'm not even that big into. They blew me away with that. um, I was talking about this briefly earlier, the live performances of Chicago, Dreamgirls, and Les Miserables live. Great seeing Catherine Zeta-Jones still performing the same song she won an award for. Jennifer Hudson for the Dreamgirls, and the whole Les Miserables cast performing. All of that was excellent, really top notch, definitely equivalent, if not better, to the stuff they actually did in their actual films. Very proud with that. I liked that Skyfall won for best sound editing, along with Zero Dark 30. There was actually two winners for that. I was glad that Skyfall actually did win something. I was really hoping it did, and it did win something. So I was really happy with that. Anne Hathaway's win speech, how she said, like with her Fontaine character, she's hoping that that's something that only happens in stories and that no longer something that happens in real life. Really liked that segment. Really liked her speech. Really liked that part a lot of the ceremony. And I'll get to the negatives too. I'm just trying to get over all the positives here. Adele's live performances was her live performance with her Skyfall song was excellent. Really liked that a lot. The backdrops throughout the show, like the 007 gun barrel and the Skyfall water in the background of the backdrop. Liked all of those. That was excellent. The Ted song live, the love for Ted was shown a lot throughout the ceremony. Really, definitely glad that the like the Film Academy honored the Ted film. I really liked that film a lot, and I liked how actually you actually see Ted in the video. And you see, like Seth MacFarlane saying, "Hey, how you guys made excellent films, and yet my film Ted is at Redbox and bums are peeing on it and stuff like that." I thought all that was excellent. Um, the original song nominee performances, we got to see the songs that were nominated for Best Original Song get their own performances in this. Really happy with that. Tarantino's win speech was excellent. What he did, and he timed it perfectly. He definitely didn't go overboard. And when he did slightly go overboard at one point, he kind of acknowledged the fact that he was going overboard. I really liked Tarantino's win speech. And I think he's proud of himself for actually winning an award this year. Um, the Forrest Gump tributes I talked briefly about earlier. Really glad that they did that. Um, Ang Lee's win speech I was also happy with. He definitely handled that very well. Very neat Oscar win speech for him. And here's my highlight of the night: Jennifer Lawrence winning from Silver Linings Playbook. Really, really happy with that. I was really hoping she was going to win ever since I saw that film, and she did win. So that's easily my most notable part of the Oscar ceremony tonight. Daniel Day Lewis's actor win speech was good, but I'm going to get to details here in a second of what I didn't like about it. Um, Ben Affleck's Best Picture speech, another thing I want to get into, and something I'm even going to make a video about on its own soon. So I really liked his best picture speech, and I should have mentioned this earlier, and this is one of my last positive things. Um, Catherine Zeta-Jones's dress was out of my mind amazing. Easy my pick for best dressed actress at the ceremony. Some might disagree because there was a lot of other people who were very well dressed for this event, but I was just really blown away by that golden dress she had. And not only that, but she was able to get into her Chicago outfit and then back into that for a later presentation of another award. I'm just really impressed with that woman. She's just, aging so well, and yeah, I was just so blown away by that golden dress that she had. I really hope Michael Douglas really liked that dress a lot too when he was there. Um, And then Seth MacFarlane's closing song about, the losers coming back for another year and everything like that. I really like that closing song they had during the end credits. So I know this video is really long, and I'm trying to, tell it as quickly as I can, but got a lot of stuff to go over. As far as the negatives go, I didn't like that Life of Pi one over Avengers. Really thought Avengers deserved the Best Visual Effect Award. Yeah, I wasn't happy with that. I really wanted Avengers to win something because that was my favorite film of the year for 2012. Another thing I didn't like was Brave winning over Wreck It Ralph. Not happy with that at all. Really wanted Wreck It Ralph to win something, and it didn't. Um, and I got to be honest, Brave isn't something I'm going to watch multiple times over again, and I really wish the Academy recognized that. I mean, Wreck It Ralph just has much more watchability factor to it. Let's see here. Some predictable wins I kind of just saw coming from a million miles away, like Amor winning Best Foreign Language Film, saw that coming. Anne Hathaway winning, saw that coming. The Jennifer Lawrence win, which I was hoping was going to happen, and it did. But once again, I saw that coming. And of course, Argo winning Best Picture, I also saw that coming. That was kind of my prediction going into the Oscars for what might win, specifically with its high rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I knew it was going to win. No Amy Adams win for Best Supporting Actress. I really wanted The Master to win something this year, and it didn't. And I really thought her performance was very good. Anne Hathaway did a terrific job. Easily one of the better parts of Les Miserables, but I gotta say, I think Amy Adams did a better job in The Master. So I was not happy at all that she didn't win anything in this. And she was also very well dressed, and I was just so mad about that. Um, no Moonrise Kingdom win at all. It was nominated for Best Original Screenplay, didn't win it. Django Unchained was a very good film, but I wanted Moonrise Kingdom to win something too, and it lost the thing it was nominated for. Um, no Ben Affleck director win. Well, he wasn't even nominated, which I still don't get. So I wasn't happy about that at all. Even they could have at least nominated the guy, to be honest. I mean, come on, Amor. No. Um, I thought the overall ceremony was just too long. There was just they went 30 minutes overboard. It was supposed to end at 10:30 and ended at like 11:05, and I think McFarlane could have planned this out a little bit better because there was just some segments where I really liked some segments, but it's like okay, they could have trimmed that part out or stuff like that. Um, Maybe even trim down the amount of commercial breaks because there was a lot of commercial breaks in this. And I was not happy that they did that. Um, Besides Jennifer Lawrence winning, Silver Linings Playbook didn't win anything else. It was just Jennifer Lawrence. Once again, bummed out about that because I think Silver Linings Playbook really did a lot of great things. So I really wish that could have won more stuff. And like I mentioned before, I wanted The Master to win more stuff. Um, no Steven Spielberg win once again. The poor guy, he's one of the greatest directors in the world, and yet he's not winning anything. I don't even know if he's even won. I know Schindler's List won Best Picture back in the day, but besides that, I know Saving Private Ryan lost, and all the stuff he's worked on over the years just lost. Um, so I hope Spielberg wins something because he's a great director, and it's really too bad that the Academy's not recognizing him. And Christopher Nolan is another one. I wish the Film Academy would recognize him more also. And he didn't even get The Dark Knight Rises didn't even get nominated for anything this year, and I'm pretty mad about that still. Um, I also thought it was very awkward when Daniel Day Lewis had that awkward Meryl Streep portion of his speech. It kind of he was like, "Oh, I should have taken Meryl's role and she should have taken mine." And I understand that was a joke, but it's just like, really, dude. Didn't like that part of this. I liked his speech overall, but that portion was just like, okay, you could have came up with something better than that. If you wanted to tell a joke, tell a joke. Don't tell us a lame one. That's kind of what I always say. But overall, guys, that was my thoughts. Long video. I apologize. I do have its own video coming soon of why I'm proud of Ben Affleck, so be sure to look for that. I think I mentioned that earlier that I really liked Ben Affleck's Best Picture speech. I'm going to get into more detail for that soon. But I liked this year's Oscars, you guys. Like I said, more so good than bad that I could post on my Facebook page. Um, Pretty happy for the most part. Argo winning Best Picture. I'm happy with it, but personally, I would have chosen Silver Linings Playbook. I thought that was more deserving of the award. Um, Pretty happy with this year, though. I thought Seth MacFarlane was a great host. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed the Oscars too, and hopefully I'll see you here for the next video.